This is the iPad Air, the Retina iPad Mini's identical twin. Like, they're virtually the same. So for time's sake, I'll just go through how they're different rather than how they're the same. So for starters, it's larger and oddly enough, lighter. Kinda like that friend who could eat forever and never get fat. The iPad Air clocks in at 7.5 millimeters thin and only weighs 1 pound. That's 30% lighter and 20% thinner than the last generation, hence the name Air. Another example of true innovation. Now, if there's one thing that Apple fails to compromise, it's design. The iPad Air shares the same machined bezel, edgeless corners, and matte back panel, a refreshing change from the sharp-edged previous generation iPads. The Air keeps the tradition of build quality alive with its unibody structure and use of robust materials. All tablet manufacturers watch and learn. One noteworthy topic, selfies. Yeah, I said selfies. The iPad Air has by far the best camera on a tablet that I've used. I can finally become the Instagram model I've always wanted to be. Now everything isn't all hunky-dory. Apple's completely missed its mark by not changing the position of its speakers from the bottom of the iPad. The audio quality and loudness is great, but listening to anything in landscape just annoys me. Apple could have stepped it up by adding Touch ID and a fingerprint scanner. Imagine a family of 5 sharing an iPad without squabbling to manually switch users. Anyways, it's guaranteed for the next gen iPad, but then again, why not now? For the time being, you'll still have to log in manually, but don't worry. You'll forget all about that as time fades into the distance while you're enjoying amazing and blazing fast performance. The iPad Air boasts Apple's new A7 chip, harnessing 1.4 GHz and 1 GB of memory. The chip simply has unprecedented power combined with efficient battery usage, a dream combination for any handheld gamer. Graphics-intensive games like Infinity Blade 3, Call of Duty, Strike Team, and Riptide are buttery smooth. And with a 9.7-inch Retina display to appreciate those good graphics, and with its hulking battery, you can game for longer than your attention can last. Trust me. Despite being surprisingly light, it has an 8,800 mAh battery, enough to keep it up and running for days at a time. During its intensive testing period, I was able to squeeze out just enough juice to last me near 9 hours of continuous use. That translates to at least 2.5 days of average use. Even with the brightness cranked up to 100% and periodic full-scale use, you'll never be able to burn through it in a day. In short, its battery life is simply outstanding. Overall, the iPad has great build quality and supreme performance, but its main shortcomings come from its operating system. The main reasons being its inefficient widgetless interface, and the fact that it crashes every single time you double tap brightness and wallpapers in the settings menu. Aside from that, it's spectacular. The iPad Air is a great upgrade for any iPad user who doesn't have the Retina display iPad mini. This has been the iPad Air review. Please be sure to subscribe and thanks for watching.